Awesome.
Blah blah.
Testing. Can you hear me all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll just chit chat.
Hold
Have
on,
fun with it.
hold
All
on,
right.
everyone. Okay, what do we got? 5, 6. Let's go over
Is
there.
this the signature model?
Okay, I don't want to mess with it.
Not actually, is it?
Some giveaway. It's a giveaway.
They look cool though.
Yeah, this is the base. I use the Fender version of them, but they've. I'm into the all black. I think I'm gonna have to make a few calls to the guys at Burbank who bash these mothers out.
Do you play lead too or no?
No,
No.
just all bass.
All bass, huh?
Yeah.
But you play the bass guitar like a lead guitar.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like your signature thing.
I think so. Yeah, but I've got this theory that all bass players wish they were guitarists. So I'm just not in denial. You know, I'm just going for it.
Well, I mean, you know, we have McCartney, we have Sting, but I think you've made bass playing cool.
Wow, that's a huge compliment. I quite like Paul McCartney as a bass player.
Yeah.
He's done all right for himself, hasn't he? He's done pretty well.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when he started the Beach Boys, it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, Beach Boys are brilliant. Yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah, and Brian Wilson's quite the headbanger too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. He loves rocking out.
So, how did we get so dark? Is this title a prequel to what we're about to hear?
I think we wanted to kind of set the theme with that title. It was the first thing I wrote down when we began the writing process, and it was the very last song that we finished. It was a lyric that we were both really into, and I think our British sense of humour of things being hopeless and just so down in the dumps, it made us laugh. So by the time that song was finished, it just felt right, and it felt like, you know what, this is going to sum up the whole thing. So we just wanted to set the scene with something like that. Yeah.
Ben, would you say there was a conscientious effort to not abandon that signature sound you guys had on your first album?
There was a lot of experimenting that went on in the process of making this record, but I think, you know, all the elements that we experimented with adding and stuff, and when we ripped that apart and it came away, it was the raw, like what we're about, was the raw blood sound, and it was actually made, the other bits made it feel a bit tame, a bit more normal. When you take these parts away, you get the raw elements of what we are.
Have you heard any fan reaction to the album? Because I know, like, even myself, like, I was anxious to hear your next album, but I'm like, please don't abandon that sound. Like, I love it.
Yeah, right. Well, I think that's like Ben was saying, like making the album, we really want to like preserve that, because that's who we are, and that's our chemistry, and that's what we loved about being in the band in the first place. I mean, I think throughout making the record as well, a lot of our close friends probably heard the whole thing sort of develop and evolve, because that's what we used to doing. Like we wouldn't change that just because we've had success now.
Close friends, you mean people who call you MJ?
Yeah, my real tight friends who call me MJ. Yeah, late nights, you know, getting the cable out, shoving it in the phone, being like, "What do you think of this?" and playing demos. That's what we're used to. As much as we trust each other, sometimes you want to double check, especially when you've had a few drinks.
You know, another thing you guys are doing right is anybody who's seen your live act knows it's made for a large room. But right now, you're keeping it small with your tour. You're playing smaller venues and you're selling out across. Was there an effort there also to make sure you're not blowing up too fast?
I think we just like to take each gear at a time, and there's something that's really exciting about starting back to where we're used to being from. I don't think we wanted to jump straight into these big rooms because we can. I think the idea was behind all of this really is to let's go back to what we would have done back in the day and build it up again. And also it's just so exciting to begin it when you're in these tiny rooms and it's just like crazy loud, and you can see the whites of people's eyes, and it's sweaty, and there's beer going everywhere, and like that's a great way to begin, and then we can carry that same energy and that same attitude when eventually we do end up playing bigger rooms.
Well, I remember last year I saw you at the Fonda, and then a week later I saw you at Coachella, and it was two completely different experiences.
Yeah, I mean, one was our own show and one was a festival in the desert, playing at 3 o'clock to people who like to be sunburned.
It was the hottest show of all time. My feet were actually burning inside my shoes, so I had to keep my feet on angles. This is something that an Englishman would never consider being a genuine threat. The ground. It was, they were burnt. They were burnt.
Have you guys, do you have any experience with the Wiltern?
No, I've never.
We've never been, no, but we're aware of its prestige for sure. So it's going to be amazing.
Anything else you guys want to add? Come on, Ben, talk.
Our album, How Do We Get So Dark, is out on the 16th of June 2017. I hope you'll like it. Pre-order it. Do all the album stuff that you do with albums. And we'll do art stuff that we do with albums, which is record them and play them.
And people should come to the show. Check it out.
Yeah, the Wiltern.
Ben's a brilliant drummer, and
I play the drums. Mike plays the bass.
And I don't slap it, so you're in safe hands. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks.
I was fighting not laughing. Talking about the feet and an Englishman. I'm like,
That's an electric ending.
4
I've never
months.
seen.
I'm like, I'm a professional. I will not